Hello guys, welcome to another video of Driving TV. Here is CDL 2021 General Knowledge Practice Test Part 4. For other parts, make sure to check out our channel. Let's get started. High beams should be used whenever it is safe and legal to do so. Which of these is a proper use of vehicle lights and flashers? All the answers are correct. Turning on your headlights during the day when visibility is reduced due to the rain or snow, flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you of a hazard that will require slowing down, and flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you that you are going to stop on the road. You must park on the side of a level, straight two-lane road. Where should you place the three reflective triangles? One within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 100 feet from the front of the vehicle. If you are convicted for driving under the influence while driving a commercial vehicle, and this is your first offense, you will most likely get at least a 1-year suspension of your CDL. Which of these statements about driving in areas with strong winds is true? Winds are especially a problem when coming out of tunnels. What is the average reaction distance? (61 feet). A driver's grid log, if required. Must be shown immediately when an officer requests it. Which of these statements about certain types of cargo is true? Unable loads such as hanging meat or livestock require extra caution on curves. The amount of liquid load into a tank depends on all the answers are correct. The amount of liquid will expand in transit, the weight of the liquid, the legal weight limits. The basic two reasons to cover your cargo are 1. To protect the cargo from the weather, and 2. All the answers are correct. Protect people from spilled cargo, protect the roadway from spilled cargo, and protect the vehicle following you from spilled cargo. Which of these can cause a fire? All of the answers are correct. Underinflated tires, loose fuel connections, and electrical short circuits. How many tie downs are required for a 20-foot load? Two. For an average commercial vehicle being driven at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement, it will take about to bring the vehicle to a stop. More than the length of a football field. Before transporting a sealed load, you must check that you don't exceed gross weight or axle weight limits. You're driving on a straight, level highway at 55 miles per hour. There are no vehicles in front of you. Suddenly, a tire blows out on your vehicle. What should you do first? Stay off the brake until the vehicle slows down on its own. Which of these statements about using mirrors is true? There are blind spots that your mirror cannot show you. You have left the road in an emergency condition. It is impossible for you to come to a stop prior to returning to the road. Which of the following is the best action to take? Reduce your speed to 20 miles per hour or less before returning to the road. Which of these statements about speed management is true? All of the answers are correct. On a wet road, you should reduce your speed by about 1/3. On a packed snow, you should reduce your speed by about 1/2. When the road is slippery, it will take longer to stop, and it will be harder to turn without skidding. Too much weight on the steering axle can cause the following. All of the answers are correct. Hard steering, damage to the steering axle, and damage to the tires. Where or when should you test the stopping action of your service brakes? When the vehicle is moving at about 5 miles per hour. What would you use to put out a gasoline fire? Dirt. You must inspect your cargo. All of the answers are correct. Before starting, every 3 hours or 150 miles, and after every break. Your vehicle has hydraulic brakes. While traveling on a level road, you press the brake pedal and find that it goes to the floor. Which of these statements is true? Pumping the brake pedal may bring the pressure up so you can stop the vehicle. You're checking your wheels and rims for a pre-trip inspection. Which of the following statements is true? Rust around wheel nuts may mean that they're loose. Do empty trucks have the best braking? No. Total stopping distance equals perception distance, reaction distance, plus braking distance. How does bleeding tar affect the road surface and driving conditions? Tar rises the road surface in very hot weather, causing the roads to become very slippery. The distance that you should scan ahead in a congested area is about 1 block. You do not have a hazardous materials endorsement on your commercial driver's license. You can drive a vehicle hauling hazardous materials when the vehicle does not require placards. What does the axle weight mean? The weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. What's the safest way to use turn signals when you intend to turn? Do both of the above. Signal well in advance of the turn and signal continuously up through the turn. When you're driving in cold weather, your tires must provide enough traction to steer and push the vehicle through snow. When inspecting mirrors and windshields for cracks, dirt, illegal stickers, and other obstructions to your vision, you should clean and adjust as necessary. Which of these statements is true about warning other drivers of a stopped vehicle? Move the rear reflective triangle back if the driver's vision is obscured to within 500 feet. You're driving a new truck with a manual transmission. To take long, steep downhill grade, use a lower gear than you would use to climb the hill. If your brakes get wet on a rainy day, what can result? Reduced braking power. You must park on the side of a level, straight, 4 lanes divided highway. Where should you place the 3 reflective triangles? One within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 200 feet to the rear. When approaching a curve, you should downshift before entering the curve and accelerate slightly as you go through it. To correct a rear wheel or drive wheel braking skid, you should release brakes and counter steer. You should put the starter switch key into your pocket while you perform the pre-trip inspection because someone could steal the truck. The most important hand signal that you and your helper should agree on is stop. If you're being tailgated, you should increase your following distance. What are some advantages of going right instead of left around an obstacle? Both of these answers are correct. You can avoid a head-on collision and someone may be passing to the left. Under federal regulations, if a vehicle is carrying a load that is more than 2 feet wide and extends more than 4 feet beyond the rear of the vehicle, must be placed at the extreme end of the load. Two red flags. What is the first thing you should try to do if your brakes fail while driving downhill? Get off the road as soon as possible. You should check the following for looseness, sticking, damage, or improper settings. Both of the above: accelerator, brakes, and the clutch, pedals, steering wheel, and transmission controls. Which of these is not a proper use of vehicle lights? Flashing your brake lights to stop someone from tailgating. The parking brake should be tested while the vehicle is parked. Alright guys, this is the end of part 4. Remember, if you need parts 3, 2, and 1, you can freely check those out by going to our channel. If you enjoyed this video, remember, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and also follow us for more upcoming videos. Best of luck to you, hope this was helpful, and see you on the next one.